You know, it's a great honor to be here at NASDAQ's boardroom and really representing the future of fintech. You know, we always say that it happens once, maybe twice in a lifetime, that you get to see something big, something that can truly change things. And because of blockchain technology and because of decentralization business models, we actually have an opportunity to rewrite the structure of the financial world. And what I mean about that is this. The banking world has forgotten a culture that we want to represent. See, at Uulala, we've identified a sleeping giant, and the sleeping giant is all around you. If you really look at it, the Latino culture represents close to $2 trillion of GDP here in the United States alone. That's the third largest GDP in the world, only third to China and India. If the United States Latino market was a country, it would be the seventh largest country in the world. So what's going on with the Latino culture? Well, the problem is this. 55% of the Latin culture is unbanked or underbanked. And that's a huge problem. That means they don't have access to the formal economy. And the formal economy for us is what you and I take advantage over all day long. If you swipe your ATM card or your Visa MasterCard at a gas station, you're part of the formal economy. If you buy things online, you're part of the formal economy. If you have a bank account, you're part of the formal economy. If you do not do any of those things, you're not. And that's the problem. 55% of this demographic is not. And the problem only gets bigger outside the United States. Over 70% of the Latin culture in Mexico is unbanked or underbanked. And the numbers keep on getting greater and greater the farther south you go. But think about it. If we represent $2 trillion, and I say we because I'm a son of an immigrant, and the problems we're talking about, I went through with my mother, with my family. And what ended up happening is I used to go with my mom to cash her check. And she did not make enough money to get a bank account. If you don't have a certain balance in a bank account, you pay $29 a month. And that's a lot of money. When you add up $29 a month times 12, that's over $360 a year just for a bank account. If you add up the fees on check cashing, and you add up the fees on bill pay, if you add up the fees on remittance, you're spending over $2,000 a year. That's the problem. The problem is this demographic does not have that kind of money. Why feed to death the lowest people in the totem pole? You know, when I went with my mom to cash her check and they took a little bit out of it, it meant milk and eggs and bread, pan dulce for you Latinos. We couldn't have that. It took a long time for my mom to even save up a little bit of money just to get us fireworks at the 4th of July. While my friends could do that, we couldn't. And that's what hurts. We had to solve a problem. So what we did at Uulala is we came up with a financial technology application that literally solves that. See, phase 1 of our project is turning everyone into a walking, talking ATM. Think about this. This demographic does not trust the banking systems. They don't want to go into the banking systems. And have you ever done that? You spent hours in lines just to go cash your check and deposit your check. So what if you Google banks in your local area? We did it here in New York. And we Googled Bank of America. And there was about 20 branches of Bank of America's here in New York. But you know how many Latinos are here in New York? Over 2 million. What if we can compete with the banks by turning those 2 million people into walking, talking ATMs? With the power of blockchain and decentralization, we can actually do that. We've created a technology that actually turns everyone into a walking, talking ATM where you can actually help each other load money into a financial technology application. Uulala. And see, the way we do that is you're able to tell someone, I need to load $100. They'll match you up with the nearest person that's accredited in our platform that already has money in their platform. So person A needs to load up $100. Person B has it. They get matched up and person B can charge the regular ATM fees or the bank teller fees. They can earn them. And with our token, you can actually transfer money peer-to-peer from one person to another, in essence, helping each other become bankable. That is phase one. If we just accomplish phase one alone, we will accomplish the ability to have hundreds of thousands, if not millions of loading locations in comparison to banks that only have a couple of dozen in their local cities. Phase two is, now that you got money in the app, what do? Well, why don't you partner up with the customer and let them reduce their fees on paying their bills by revenue sharing with them? In other words, instead of charging them a fee to pay their bills, we're going to revenue share with them to pay their bills. For us, that's a credit-worthy activity. Not only that, but what if we reduce the cost of sending money to their loved ones? That's huge, because at an average cost of Western Union and MoneyGram at $15, and the cheapest online transaction at Zoom for $5, what if we can use cryptocurrency, fintech technology to do it under $2? Now we have something good. So if you pay your bills and you do remittance and you're loading money, for us, that all leads to a chain of financial activities that decentralize the banks that can actually make you credit worthy. And think about this. Think about this. Every one of us is financially capable of paying a certain amount of money. Maybe one person's A paper at $50 and another person's A paper at $100, another person's A paper at $500. You're an individual. Credit should be tracked individually. And with our system that tracks all your financial capabilities, we'll know that you can afford a microloan of $20 and a microloan at $50 and a microloan at $100. We'll know where your threshold is at. And with that, and using smart technology, we can actually rewrite and redo the credit system around the world. That is Uulala. And our goal is obviously to empower users so actually they can do more. And think about it. If we accomplish phase one, once we accomplish phase one, and once we accomplish phase two, we would actually be the example of what a financial institution should be around the world. You know, we're growth hacking this thing because we have partners that own insurance companies. And these are multi-service locations. These are like your Freeway Insurance, your Veronica's Insurance, and Adriana's Insurance in Southern California. They deal with the Latin market all the time. And what they told us is that if someone pays them in cash for an insurance, they pay $20 more in comparison to someone paying with an ATM or debit card. That's huge. So by partnering up with them, we literally can save people $20 instantly on their insurance payments. They can just download Uulala, they can load money, and they can be part of the formal economy. This project is dear to us. We can literally touch close to 600 million people. If we can turn 5% of 600 million people into credit worthiness, I'll tell you what. Take out your calculators. Do the numbers with me. If you literally get 600 million people and you take 5% of them, 600 million, 5% is 30 million people. If you give them a microloan at $200, if you qualify them, that's $6 billion. If you can get them qualified for a car loan or for a payday loan at $2,000, that's $60 billion. A car loan at $20,000 is $600 billion, and a home loan at $200,000 is $6 trillion new to the ecosystem of the world. This is bigger than blockchain, than cryptocurrency, than all these other industries combined. There's a sleeping giant amongst us, and they're your waiters, they're teachers, they're entrepreneurs, they're people. This is Uulala, and we're proud to represent our company here at NASDAQ. Thank you very much.